Today we're going to look and determine whether or not a line is tangent to a circle. But the first thing that we need to review is how to determine if three sides of a triangle make a right triangle. Because when a line is tangent to a circle, it actually is going to form a right angle, a 90-degree angle with the radius or the diameter. So we're going to use the properties of Pythagorean's theorem to prove that it's either a right triangle or not. If it's not a right triangle, then the line is not tangent to the circle because it has to form a right angle. So first let's practice determining whether or not something is a right triangle by using Pythagorean's theorem, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And it's pretty simple. So we're going to have 27 squared plus 16.8 squared, and we want to see if that is equal to, I'm going to put a question mark there because I don't know if it's equal, 31.8 squared. Okay, so put this in your calculator, get it. Put this in your calculator and get it, and see if those two things are equal. So in my calculator, 27 squared plus 16.8 squared, and that gives me 1011.24, and then I'm going to do 31.8 squared, and that gives me 1011.24. So yes, this made a right triangle. If this side and this side are equal, then it made a right triangle. Let's try another one. So 48 squared, remember your A and your B make your right angle, plus 55 squared equals 73 squared. So put this in the calculator and this in the calculator one at a time. So I'll put the left side in first. 48 squared plus 55 squared. That gives me 5,329. And do 73 squared. That gives me 5,329. So if they're equal, the answer is yes. Okay, we're going to use this same method to prove if something is, if a line, not just something, if a line is tangent to a circle. Okay, so on your notes it asks to prove that line AB is tangent to the circle. So what I need to show you is that the diameter or the radius and the tangent have to form a 90-degree angle in order for it to be a tangent. So there has to be a 90-degree angle formed right here at that point where it intersects the circle. So I know this is my A and this is my B. So I'm going to use Pythagorean's theorem to see if it makes a tangent. So 7.5 squared plus 10 squared, and I want to see, putting a question mark there, if that is equal to 12.5 squared. So we'll use our calculator to do that. 7.5 squared plus 10 squared gives me 156.25. And let's see what 12.5 squared gives me. Gives me 156.25. So yes, AB is a tangent because Pythagorean's theorem worked, and it only works for right triangles. So let's try again. All right, I told you that the point of tangency, this point A here, that's where the 90-degree angle is formed. So this is my A, and this is my B, and this is my C. So wherever it touches that circle, that's where the right angle is supposed to be. So I'm going to go 8 squared plus 15 squared, and I want to see is that 17 squared. So I'll use my calculator. And that gives me 289. And I know 17 squared is 289. So yes, it does form a right angle. Okay, let's try one more. Okay, let's first identify where the point of tangency is because that's where our right angle is. The point of tangency is where that line touches the circle. So my point of tangency is right here. So that is where I'm going to assume the right angle is. So I know this is my A, and this is my B, and this would be my C. So let's check with Pythagorean's theorem. So 6.6 squared plus 5.1 squared equals 11 squared. 6.6 squared. So I got 69.57, and I know that 11 squared is 121. So that this is not tangent, this is a no. Okay, so if Pythagorean theorem does not work, you know it did not form a right angle. And if it does not form a right angle, then it cannot be a tangent. It must be a secant. That means it's going to come through again and touch at another spot. And since it's so close, it's probably touching somewhere like right there and keeps on going. But it has to be a right angle, and the way we prove that is Pythagorean's theorem. Okay. So make sure you write a summary of what you learned, and make sure you write at least one question. It can be a question that you need answered about the lesson, or it can be a question that you think I might ask you.